What's today's mathematics?
Build, destroy. To build is to elevate the mentalities of self and those around self. To add positive energy to every nation. To build, you must first start from the root, which is the knowledge foundation, and add on to the highest peak. To destroy is to eliminate and destroy any and all negativity that enters my cipher of supreme harmony.
Destruct sequence completed and engaged. Awaiting final code.
0, 0, 0. Destruct. 0.
Destruct sequence is activated.
Welcome to the Melanated World Network, produced by DM3 Entertainment. You are now tuned in to the Think Tank Podcast.
No, go ahead.
You are about to listen to three brothers who have been friends for over 30 years speak on many different topics. So sit back, relax, and you just might learn something. What's up? What's up, people?
And offering the Christmas.
We in here. Let's.
Okay.
Oh, I see what the issue is.
Okay,
All right, what's up,
there we go.
everybody? A little technical difficulty. Hopefully, everybody's warm out there. You see, we got the hoodies on. We in the South, but it's a little chilly down here. So I know it's chilly up there, up in Jersey, New York, Philly, Chicago, and everywhere else. So we just like to give you a warm welcome and say thank you for being with us, because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be with us. So we thank
Chose
you.
to be with us. That's right. So what we talking about this week? What we been blessed with the subject matter this week?
Well, this week, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I think I've listened to a topic. Okay, brother Muhammad is in the building.
In the building, baby.
Ah,
In the
what?
building, baby.
Hey, look, he's on time. That's what's going on, bruh.
Ready to ride.
I'm normally a day late and a dollar short, but I was about to turn off shorts.
Yeah.
I only got 5.
On the black hand side.
I only got 5. I get 1 on for 8.
Yeah. But that's
What's
the
that?
blessing. Yeah, that's the blessing. That's the blessing, my people. When a brother's running his own business, doing his thing, and you only got to worry about Uncle Sam paying them taxes.
That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You
And
know,
them nappy head employees doing right.
Woo.
you always got something to say about you.
Yeah.
I heard from a person one time. He said, when a person talks behind your back, don't worry about them unless they speaking to you directly, because they gonna be behind you. You know what I'm
They
saying?
behind you. That's the
You
key
know,
word, behind you.
Behind you, baby.
we keep going forward. But brother Jabbar asked me what's the topics today. So I said I came up with this topic. I was watching something, and it talked about this. Should melanated Americans practice nepotism? And first I was like, no disrespect. I was like, nepotism. Let me see let me look that up. What's that about? You know? And if anybody knows, well, I always got a video clip. So I said, instead of me explaining, I'm gonna just let the sister break it down, and then we could talk about. 'Cause I know my brothers are very knowledgeable; they already know what it is. But here she
It's the
goes.
American
Black
way.
people, I think we have to employ nepotism. Like I don't think we can.
I'm gonna start it over so everybody can hear it. Here we go.
I think for Black people, I think we have to employ nepotism. Like I don't think we can move forward with that mind state of, no, my kid's gonna get it out the mud for what?
Right.
What did you get it out the mud for?
Right.
Why? You have to pull people because they won't break through any other way.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I mean, who I can't say, right? Because I did Southside or whatever. But I will say it was very hard for people to see my talent for what it is before that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know, I will say that
You needed the opportunity.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for Bashir giving you that opportunity, who knows when it would have came.
Yeah. Exactly.
And now everyone's like, oh my
So-
God, love her, so
Right,
funny.
right.
She's always been funny. You've always been funny.
Yeah.
You just needed a platform.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, your husband gave it to you.
Absolutely.
And now how many people out there are without that opportunity because they don't have that?
Right.
All right, as you can hear the young lady, if those who don't know what nepotism is, it's when a family member puts you in position because they have the power and the ability to do so. Maybe they're like our brother on the panel, owns a business. So if his daughter ever needed some work, he could put her to work, but she probably getting that good education. So she probably make his business even better. But the whole thing is that family can put family on. What do you brothers think about that topic?
Well,
Brother Solomon, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead
I
and
think
cover
it's the
that.
American way. It's been that way since the days of George Washington. You know, friendly fire doesn't hurt. Giving my son or my daughter that advantage and my opportunity that I have created. Um, what I would like to say is that for all three of us sitting here, if our parents was connected, we wouldn't be sitting here. The thing about black folk and white folk, or hell, any other folk, before I give you the keys to the car, you got to wash it, make sure the tires are full, tune it up. You got to do all this magical work for the vehicle. And then maybe I'll give you the key because I'm a gatekeeper. I want to be the guardrails of your success. As opposed to other folks, if you look at any great company, let's start with Trump. Do you really think his three children can do what they do in that company without the experience of being the father's son or daughter? No, because if they had to graduate anyplace else or go anyplace else, they would start from scratch. So it's the American way. That's just how it's done. And we, as black people, we love to be the guardrails for what I did for you. If it wasn't for me, I did that. That's what we like to do to each other and one another, as opposed to flexing the opportunities in academics, politics, communities, whatever it might be, to put our family in position to move the position, to move it forward. That goes back to that grandfather rule. The grandfather rule. Do you really think Trump's grandchildren will ever want for anything? No, because he put his kids in position, who put their kids in position, and so on and so forth.
That's a fact.
That's real. That's real.
So, brother
Yeah.
Terrell, what you have to say about that?
Well, absolutely. You're supposed to put, you. Well, if the young lady that just spoke and Brother Solomon spoke, it appears that they own their own business. So there's a rationale with that. But I don't own my own business. I work I work for somebody.
You
That
don't.
type of nepotism. Yeah,
Because you can put people in a position. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the criteria for that. Where I work at, I see people come aboard, and the first thing they say is, my cousin, I know my cousin brought me aboard, and it's a supervisor that they're mentioning. And then there's other employees listening, and I usually get offended and I say, why did you say that? You could have kept that to yourself, because now you look like an eye spy in the building. You look like you're gonna be spying on everybody. So I know this took a left, but you know, if you're gonna do that, I think you should keep it to yourself. And we do know that, like, and like you said, Trump, they always gonna bring their son into the game, bring him in the mail room, show him the game, and just promote him on up. And then before you know it, he's gonna be your boss, but you trained him. But yeah, as melanated folks, absolutely we supposed to employ uh our brothers and sisters. But now, if they're not quality, if the work ain't quality, there's no free ride. I'll fire your ass quick, man. I think, who was the judge? It was the judge, the sister judge. I can't think of her name. She put her brother behind bars
Don't
because
know
she stood on.
offhand.
Yeah, she stood on more. I think it's Hatchet, Judge Hatchet. But if the work ain't being done, I don't care who you are. I'm gonna have to let you go. And then I'm going to end with this. We saw what Hammer went through hiring all his friends and family. When he went broke, I mean, so I think there's a fine line with quality. Yeah, you want to do it, keep it quiet, work, do you, but still present quality work, because the business going to suffer with a person, leaning on nepotism. Just there because we're blood. I don't have to put the work in. You can't. He ain't gonna fire me. That's my brother. Or I don't have to do that because that's my brother. There's no such thing as a free ride. So if they think it's a free ride, then yeah, no, I'm not going with nepotism.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I,
gonna tell you. Okay, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say I agree with you 100%, Jabbar. Where when someone gives you an opportunity, you should work harder than you will work for yourself, because that person is putting their neck on the line to give you an opportunity. And with nepotism, that means you're some kind of family member. You're either a husband, a wife, a son, an uncle, a cousin. So go in there, work hard, because you're representing not only yourself, but the person who put their neck out to help you get that job. And it reminds me, you know me, I'm always throwing the movie lines in there. It's similar to what Jerry Maguire told Cuba Gooding Jr. Help me, help you.
To help
You know what I'm
you.
saying? And that's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to be
Yeah.
doing when you do
Yeah.
that.
Help me, help you. Yep.
And if,
True.
like you said, but if you're a candidate, as the person has the power to do so, if you have a candidate where you know they're not going to do the job well, then you're not the person that I'm going to practice that nepotism with, because all you're going to do is crumble the empire. So I'm going to leave you where I found you, because right now you're not prepared or ready to help the empire grow.
Exactly. Nepotism doesn't mean you my family, so I let you be lazy or I let you do nothing. So I think we have something called leaning on the shield, where
Yep.
you just lean on the shield. You don't have to have no qualities, no criteria, no morals, no faith, nothing. Just because that's my brother, I don't have to do anything but just show up and I'm going to get paid. Man, that's a crazy way of thinking.
I'm gonna go
That's
opposite direction with you guys. I'm gonna be on the other side of the conversation with this one. The question is, should melanated people practice nepotism? I'm gonna say yes. I don't know if you guys know about the story of the New York Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan.
Same here. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Dolan was a straight bum. That's what he was, a bum of all sorts. Bum. he couldn't run his way out of the bathroom, right? But his dad dies, and he has to be the one to take over the reins. His father tried. He remember they own MSNG, they own the cable company, they own all that in New York, and then some. His father tried him at every level where he could do. You know what this dude wanted to be? A surfer / beach dude. That's what he wanted to be. He did that for 30, 40 years till his dad died. So then there
You
was
talking
no
about you talking about the owner who owns the team right now?
on the home
All
team
right,
right now. He's the son. He's the son.
go ahead.
So I guess it was nepotism / birthright, but the father was trying to use nepotism to get him in there based on the birthright. And the Knicks ain't been shit since '92.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? But he
Got
still the
got to
ball.
hit him with
That's
it.
a fact.
Also, when you look at Trump, by birthright, his father was leaving the company to Fred. Fred died early of alcoholism. He looked at his son. He looked at Donald and said, "Damn," because he only had a sister left. His sister was a retired federal judge, so he had no choice but to put Donald by birthright because the heir died. The spare takes over. Do you really think Donald Trump is a good businessman? His practices in his portfolio / taxes tell us who he really is. You know, you ought to get as your last P&L. They got what they got because somebody gave it to them. If you look at every great company in America, this is the first time in the history of Ford that a Ford is not in the chair. And Ford was started with 19 whatever year it was. If the company was not bought out for the nepotism right, there's blood still in that chair, or whatever major company that is. And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
crazy. But
yeah.
you're a
Well,
Bronx Rams,
I think,
and
yeah,
then
you know,
you ask yourself,
passing on your lineage is
yeah,
one thing, but nepotism, I don't want to besmirch it, but you know, if I had a business, I'm going to pass it on down to my lineage. That's you know, that's how that works. Whether it's a home or basketball team or whatever, I need to pass that down. And I think that's a little different from nepotism. Nepotism is just where you hire friends or family, because it in Islam you have what you call it, Sunni Muslim,
Yes.
and a shield.
and that is the because how does it work, brother Abdullah? You know how it works. You have the
Yeah, yeah.
Sunni and you
A
have the
Sunni,
Shia.
yeah, a Sunni Muslim is someone who follows the practices of the Prophet from 1400 years ago. That's Sunni. Now you're talking about maybe the Shia. The Shia, that's a group who go by birthright of Ali, who is the
That's
cousin
right.
of
That's right.
Muhammad.
Who
Yeah,
That's right.
right who
Preach,
who,
brother,
who
preach,
thinks that right
preach.
that because the bloodline of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that
yes,
there are the proper owners of Islam because it's their line,
yes, yes. So I
negating
get
the
what you're saying.
whole.
Yeah,
So I drop. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. And we don't
yeah,
have time to go into it,
yeah.
but
But I go
you
real
know,
fast for the audience who will see this video and watch it. Brother Jabbar is basically saying that sometimes nepotism and sometimes birthright is not necessary in certain situations. And he was showing that example of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that his just because Ali was his cousin didn't mean that he should be in charge.
right,
Right? Okay. But yeah, but going back to what you were saying with the Ford company, I was gonna say our ancestors here in America definitely practiced nepotism during the time of Ford Company in Detroit because lots of families moved from the South and moved to the North for jobs. And if Maurice got on and I was his brother, he got me on. And if I got on and Terrell was my cousin, I got him on. And it went on and on and on like that. And at that time in the 50s, the 60s, we as melanated people, we were doing lovely because we were able to practice that nepotism and we were able to practice it. And the brothers all were workers. Nobody was
right.
like chumping out like, oh yeah,
Slack. No one was
you know,
slacking.
exactly. I mean, oh, well, Mo, my boy, we go back to high school. He don't mind if I sleep on the clock. You know?
See,
Nah,
you know,
we ain't doing all that. You know, because they knew they had a responsibility. You know, they had a
yeah.
responsibility for not only themselves but their community. So if
And I
basically,
and
well,
I
go ahead.
certainly won't. If I'm in position, I certainly won't bring my wife aboard. Hell to the nah. She gonna be like, that's my husband. I don't gotta do that. Before you
Yeah,
know it, she running the business.
yeah. That remind me of like
Yeah.
I said, remind me of a line on Everybody Hates Chris. Chris mom used to always say that. Talking about I ain't gotta go for this. My husband got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
yeah. Wife die. I ain't hired a wife die. I'm sorry, you gotta go elsewhere. Nah,
man.
because you ain't gonna do nothing. I know you ain't gonna do nothing.
Definitely, definitely. Does anybody else have anything else on this topic, or should we move
No,
on to the
that
next?
was a good topic. I do believe we need to practice it, and I'm
All
gonna
right.
stand on that. If you can put them in
Uh,
position, put them in position.
definitely, definitely. And that's what we want our children to do. That's why our daughters and sons are doing things, being positive. Because, like I told my kids, family is like being on stairs. We on a certain step. We want to keep going up. We don't want to go down. You know,
Right.
and a part of that nepotism helps us keep going forward and going up instead of going down. The next topic has to do with the our youth and the whole fact of the way they present themselves today. So I came up with this because I was looking at some stuff also having to do with hip hop being 50 years old and looking at the fashion we had. So here's the question. Here's the question, and I'm gonna show you this video. The video's gonna take a minute, but y'all gonna get a kick out of checking it out. But okay, here's the question. The youth should show more pride in their appearance. So it's more of a statement than a question. And after I show y'all this video, it's gonna take a minute, but check it out. Here we go. All right, that was like dress codes in like in the early '60s, just now going into the '70s. As you seen, our ancestors they was covered they was covered the sleigh when they used to put them clothes on, right? Can y'all hear that? Y'all can.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Yep. I can hear
Now
you.
we yep. Now we going up into the '70s. Check it out. Yo, them '70s. Y'all remember? Do y'all remember uncles and stuff used to roll up in the at the cookouts and at the little party looking like that? Yo,
Yeah. The hat. You know.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
The
they was
bell
smooth.
bottoms. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were smooth.
yeah. So
Thread.
now,
They
yeah,
call them thread.
yeah, definitely. Now we getting to like when we was like little kids, because this is about I guess the teenagers in the '80s. This is what they were looking like, right? So check it out. Yo, Mo, was she calling you, Mo? Now, did y'all rock any of these threads y'all seeing? Like, does it bring back
That
any
80s line
memories?
is me, bro. That 80s era is me.
Yeah,
I can feel all the 80s.
yeah. We said this one take a minute, but we got to. It's gonna go through the '80s. That probably was us when we was little kids. They showing. this is our era, just before we, before we went to college. You remember this is all the little fresh
MTM,
kids.
MTM.
Yeah. Remember how cats used to put the ribs and put those spoilers on their cars? We're almost through. We're almost through. Now we in the 90s. That was the brothers. Now what the sisters are looking in the 90s. I just wanted to show y'all that. And the reason, like, as you see, when we go through our general, because I was born in the late 60s, 68. I think you guys were, the early 70s, right? So I wanted us to go through the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, because that was basically when we was out here doing what we do. We was out there, little kids on the big wheels and things like that. But we seen our older people always dressing nice. When we had the opportunity to get dressed, we dressed nice. And today's generation, I don't know what's wrong with these young ladies and young men. Brothers come outside, their hair looking crazy. Brothers still got that foolishness with the pants hanging off their butts. It's like, where's the pride? So what do you guys think now that y'all seen those videos?
Uh,
Man, that was a great tribute to 50-year anniversary of hip hop. Great tribute. So I like the tribute that you gave, part of the culture. Go ahead, Solomon. Go ahead and elaborate on
the only thing I was going
the
to say,
question.
happy birthday, 50 years. All the greats who came through. I still feel like Eminem never said nigga, and he sold 300 million albums, made 300 million dollars, top five rapper every time you turn around. And why we coming out only in our genre of music, where our women got to be half naked to damn near naked. Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, they ain't naked when they out there on the streets, when they out there on the counter on the stage, but we are. So I mean that tribute is the truth of who we were and what we was and how we was versus what we are right now. I'm just thinking that we ain't dressing, we don't get fly no more like that. If it don't, you know, hang off our ass or ain't on our bodies, we ain't dressed. I
Yeah,
look at that.
I always love that line to this day, dress to impress. Um,
Yep.
I also used to say when you go for an interview, don't dress like the job you're trying to get. Dress like the job of the dude that's interviewing you, you know? And I remember
So
years ago when I first moved down here to Charlotte, right? I went to this job, baby. I had a two-piece double breasted suit on, rolled up in there. Cats thought I was the inspector.
But that's what we
They
knew.
was
That's what we knew.
yeah,
That's what we
they
knew.
was they was walking around like, yo, who that dude, yo? After the fact, after I got hired, they was like, yeah, we thought you was somebody.
Yeah.
But
That's
tell I
that's
am somebody.
yeah.
right.
You got to go there. Not for the job you're getting, but for the job you want. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just the mindset. You know, some of the clothes that they interview with, shorts, flip flops. I'm talking about at the common level, but at the business level, you're gonna have to put on dress up a little bit better than what you're doing.
definitely.
True.
That it comes out of slavery, because we was raggedy taggedy. So we would remember we had play clothes and school clothes, and then we had
Yeah.
church clothes.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, my high school name, one of my nicknames, well, in middle school, I ain't afraid to say this, was Hand Me Down.
hand
They
me down.
called me Hand Me Down because they
Yeah.
recognized I was the youngest of five, and as my brothers went on to the next grade level, when I came around, of course, obviously, I'm wearing the same jacket and the same jeans, blah blah blah, and they
Yep.
recognized that, and I was called Hand Me Down, and so soon as I got a chance to sell some cocaine, I did because I wanted to
Mhm.
build up my wardrobe. I didn't like that name, so the what you call it, the I can't the self-esteem, that it brought on me. So I think
Same
that there's a
clothes to
lot
get up
of
for you,
times,
bro.
yeah, no one wants to go to, I used to steal clothes off the clothesline, man. As soon as the night came, I snapped a few socks off a clothesline. And I just didn't have clothes like that. So, the self-esteem played a role. And so when I had a chance to get some threads, I didn't settle for a thread. I went and got the whole damn spool. But I would say that, but still, we still dress modestly. I think we went from the tight pants and the bell bottoms to over large jeans in the 90s, to the fact they were so over large that they're falling off their backside now because these children showing their ass, literally. So I don't know where we're gonna go at with this next generation with that.
Yeah.
But
Could, could
so
yeah. Could I chime in real quick? Give a little history of why these young men don't understand the reason why the pants started falling off of brothers' behinds. Um.
educate them.
Okay. Now I'm not gonna give you that prison line. Everybody will say came for the prisons. It's a possibility could have did that, but I remember when we was wearing Lees, right?
Yes.
LEEs. And our jeans fit, we rocked them. We had our belts and our name buckles, and everybody had their pants
Hmm.
right. Now, Lee's went out of style. Cats had even a song back in the day, was a song called Shout, Shout, Let It All Out, right? But we switched it up and it was like Shout, Shout, Lee's are played out. So cats stopped wearing Lee's, right?
Same thing with
So
the
they
Puma, the whack Puma sneaker. Remember that?
Oh yeah, Whack Puma Sticker. Yep. So things had got switched up a little bit, and we started rocking Levi's. Now, when cats started rocking Levi's were cut for white boys. No disrespect to my brothers, my white boy brothers. No offense, but that's what it was. Your pants were cut different. God made brothers with a little more hips,
Right,
a little
right,
more solidness to us. So our pants was
right.
tight in the thigh area and things like that, but the
True.
waist was right. So brothers started saying, okay, if I get my pants a little size bigger, I'll my thighs would be nice and loose, but then my waist is gonna be a little loose. So
Right,
brothers who
right,
couldn't
right.
afford a belt, their pants started sagging. So they was like, okay. So rappers started noticing that, and their pants started sagging. But we didn't sag. If you look at some of old Tupac movies and some of the Nas and them back when they were young, they had a little sag where you could see a little bit of their underwear, but you didn't see it like it is today. So
Right.
then,
True,
so
true.
then we started having brothers like Carl Kanai and Cross Color, and they started making the pants the
Tommy
way
Hilfiger did
we
the same thing.
and yeah, Tommy, Tommy, and there also was me and my cousin used to rock Jabos, and Jabos always cut for brothers because they had two versions. They had Skinny Cowboys, which was for white boys, and they had Brand X. I was like Brand X. We trying to Malcolm X, for the brothers, and they were cut different, and we used to rock those. So we still, coming from our generation, we was wearing a belt, so it fit better. But then, they started going baggy crazy, and they kept that thing of having it hanging. So getting baggier, it started getting crazier, and the pants started hanging, and we started elevating into the foolishness that we have today. Now,
True.
there is definitely some history behind the prison system and your pants hanging off your butt, meaning that you belong to some other dude and you were ready for action. Your butt was out,
You're
ready
ready
for
for
action.
action. Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know?
those cats aren't allowed a belt in jail anyway, right?
Yeah.
I've never been in jail or prison, so I wouldn't know. But I would assume that you're not allowed to have a belt unless you hang yourself.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's
or that
true.
could be used as a weapon. So, I
Yeah, you're
wouldn't,
definitely right. But
so
like
I
me,
wouldn't.
I'm going by secondhand. I had cousins, uncles, family members. They was locked up. They telling me things like that. We've been blessed. We three brothers here have been blessed where we didn't have to deal with that situation. We were wise enough to learn from others' mistakes and make sure we didn't go down that trail. And that's one reason why we're on the show here trying to do this for those who can learn from anything that we can help people with.
True, true, true. But you know what? Remember the Fab Five? Did I say that right?
Yeah,
Remember up until that point that they used to have tight
John
shorts
Stockton short.
on.
John
Yeah,
Stockton.
and man, it's all up in your crotch, and man, you can't even really move. So, when they came, I think what it was that one of the brothers had put on somebody else's that was big, and it wasn't his. So, but he was like, nah, man, he liked the space, so they broke the tradition, they broke the mold by doing that. They, oversized, and that was my era. In high school, we done the same thing. We're supposed to wear those little tight things, but we're like, nah, man, I need a size bigger.
Yeah,
I need a size bigger. I need two size bigger. I need my thing. Yeah, yeah. So I remember that era started. It's just there's never a cap on it. When it
you're
goes to the
right.
next generation, it's just keep going and going and going till I guess 5 years from now, they're gonna be walking around with it down to their ankles.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
also what happens is I think what brother Mo was saying a couple episodes back, the lack of having the man in the household or lack of having a older man, because do y'all remember, I remember looking at older cousins, wanting to look like our older cousins or look like, a man that was around, because like I show you the older pictures, they were dressing to impress. They were looking good. And with the absence of the man in the house now, young men don't have nothing to look at but the rest of these knuckleheads that's out here looking crazy.
and if there is a man in the house, they look alike, and they play the same PlayStation and games. Some of
Yeah,
these men ain't really men, fam.
yeah.
Sorry.
Because I remember there was a movie called Strictly Business. It had Holly Berry, her first movie she was
Right.
in,
I
Right.
remember that
and
movie.
and the brother that worked for the firm, he was wearing Brooks Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Katz was clowning him for having a Brooks Brothers suit on. But if anybody know Brooks Brothers, that's money. That's money he had on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Right.
the
It's
nonsense
funny.
of
It's funny you brought that up, fam.
go ahead.
Because in our era of the '90s, when we had our Brooks Brothers instead of Brooks Brothers.
Yeah.
Why would we get clowned for going to work in a suit and tie, and you going to work in a uniform or whatever? And I'm gonna say for me in culinary, right?
Yes.
I never worked. Okay, I've always been in the management side of culinary. I only got hot in the pans when I had to.
Yes.
But you've been in the pans for 30 years. I'm fresh out the gate. You mad at me? Is you mad at me because I'm in this uniform, or I'm not in uniform, or I got the job you want? You see what I'm saying? How you would
Yeah.
get clown for? Oh, he's a sucker. He got on the suit. And what was the favorite line? What the dude say? Don't let the shirt and tie fool you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
You remember that? But
Yeah.
we would get
Yeah.
clown for dressing the part, our role.
Exactly.
But we still had
But
to be under it.
yeah, definitely. But one thing, like, I'm glad that we was able to sift through the nonsense, because I remember the movie
Just put
Car
it down.
Wash. Remember the movie Car Wash?
Right. Abdullah.
We had,
Hmm.
yeah, brother Abdullah. I used to always get clowned about that growing up all the time. My name is Abdullah, always. But there was the other cat in the movie that used to like the Superfly. Remember?
Hmm.
Yeah, he worked at the car wash. He had
He
the
was strong back
overalls
then.
on, but when he got out the overalls, he was
That's
smooth
right.
as butter, yo.
Right. That's right.
You know. And that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, they took pride after they got off of whatever job they had. Even if they had to sling shit, they cleaned up
Mm.
and they
And
looked
walk out
good.
that door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
and
Yeah.
right.
and
Yeah.
that's what we want. That's what we want our youth and the brothers and stuff to come up behind us. We start taking pride in the way you look. Just because the rest of somebody else or your peers might want their butt hanging out and looking crazy, don't mean you should. Because I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you, you're
yeah.
gonna feel a lot better when you put on some nice clothes and look good. You
But
know.
you know, that started for church with us. When you go to church on Sunday, you be all clean
Oh
and you
yeah.
stuff something good when you just had that little suit on, or when the first day of school, put your new school clothes on. The night before you lay it all out, you be all
Oh
cool,
yeah.
matching socks.
Yep.
Socks back then, we had socks up to your calves. They ain't wear them no more.
Ah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yo, but
yeah,
even back
yeah.
then, like you said, some cats used to try to play. You know, they used to try to play, but they say they close for the week, the next week.
That's
Like
right.
after everybody wore all their fly stuff,
Yeah,
then
That's
you
yeah, they
come
right.
don't
in
want
with
to
your
wear all the
fly
fly
stuff.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
But you know what? I guess going back then, if we look at it, our slang was fly, fresh, funky. What else?
know. Yeah.
Styling.
Yep.
That
Dope.
was one of the slang.
Dope.
Dope. Yeah,
Dope.
Yeah.
you're right, right, right. So
Styling.
now, like, yeah,
Profiling.
Yep.
profiling. Yep, yep. So sharp, casket
Yep.
sharp.
That's
Yep.
right.
Uh,
Sharp.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So now what they call it? What is they saying? Drip.
Yeah.
What
Drip.
else they said? Drip. What else? What else the young boys said? You got that drip on, and I can't think of it. What other slang they got for their fashion?
Yeah.
But I think that's all I can think of is that they
Yeah.
dripping
Yeah.
now, or
Yeah.
or or,
But
or
it.
it's lit.
Yeah. But
Lit.
we do have. But we do have some. We do have a small percentage of young brothers who do be coming out there fly, looking good. And if you look on social media, sometimes they have, young brothers have them little flash mobs where the brothers throw on the suits and be looking good. And
Yeah,
we just need more of that, and brothers really gotta leave that sagging and looking crazy. And even people we at my job, we talk about the dashers, the food dashers. They come out looking any old kind of way. Cats be having slippers on, be having their
yeah, yeah,
pajamas.
yeah,
Shorties
yeah,
love the
yeah,
the bonnet the bonnet brigade. Like you said, we got to get
yeah. The
Sister
Bonnie,
Monique on them.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
cute. Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
come on, man. Remember,
yeah,
remember how we used to feel when we got a haircut? Remember we would go
Right.
get a haircut?
yeah.
Woo!
Fresh haircut, you was fly. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You didn't wash your
I
hair for 3 weeks.
But yo, back when I get when I got a fresh cut, I thought I could holler at any girl walking.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you could.
Yes, sir.
You could. And you
Yeah.
know what they look? They look at your haircut and then immediately they look at your feet because that was the judgment zone.
Oh yeah.
One, back in the day, a woman would tell you, check out a man's shoes, and that would determine everything you need to know about him. So we kept our shoe game tight.
Oh
In
yeah.
fact, growing up, or we knew the game. All you had to do is keep two pair of jeans, maybe three, because you could flip that the whole week.
Oh yeah.
Have a nice sneak, and then flip your t-shirts. So
Yep.
you didn't have to spend a lot of money because you can get
No,
away
not
with
at
the
all.
two pair of jeans over and over again, as long as you had that fly sneak on, clean sneak. And it was so much to pick from. You know what I mean? It wasn't just Jordans. You have British Knights. You had what else you had?
You
Yeah,
know
of course
about
you
British
have
Knights.
Converse.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have British Knights. Yeah, you can get down with the
Wallabies.
Wallaby.
Wally. Oh yeah,
Wall-
Yeah.
Wallabies. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Clarks. The Clarks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you had a whole lot of choice. Yeah, brothers wearing Wallabies still now, but that was
Yeah.
Wallaby Clarks. I still rock my Wallabies.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Hush puppies.
Yeah, hush
Oh
puppies was
yeah, hush
smooth. Yeah.
puppies.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you was talking about having the rotation of clothes, I learned a long time ago that you didn't have to have a name brand pair of jeans on because if your shirt will cover over will
You
cover the
sure?
badge on
Right,
the pants.
right.
Like nobody knew what pants those was.
No, 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 no. We
You
didn't
know?
care. It
What was
was
these? What was these? Like
Jordache, Gap.
$12, $13 for a
Yeah,
pair of these?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
easily. Yeah, yeah, yep. Jordache was probably
Jordan.
the first one that
That's when
came
they got
out
fashion. Jordan, that's
fashionable.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
Sassoon. But I'm
Yep.
rocking Levi at that time with a pair of
Yeah.
ponies on.
Pony.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Ponies was
Or
hard
New
back in the
Balance.
day, yo.
Yeah,
New
ponies.
Ponies.
Balance.
Yeah. Ponies was hard, yo, back then. But
Yes,
we
sir.
understood the finances we had and we used it to the best of our ability and we made sure that we look good. I'm gonna tell you, growing up in my neighborhood, and when me and my sister wouldn't be in our neighborhood, people thought we had money. So we ain't got no money. We from the hood. you know. But we conducted ourselves and we presented ourselves like we had something, you know.
All the time, all the
Yeah,
time. And my mama shopped at Goodwill. Still today, I love Goodwill. Or the I can't think of the Army Salvation Army. I
yeah.
mean, the thing with Goodwill, you still needed to know quality.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You still needed to know quality, because But yeah, you can go sharp from Goodwill. I think this is the second time I mentioned Goodwill. I must
Yeah.
really love Goodwill.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Goodwill, yo.
Nah,
My
nah. If you
brother.
see me in there, speak to me. We
Oh
both
yeah,
in the
yo.
same spot.
Hey, those who know and been watching us for a while and watched the intro. Our brother got that smooth tuxedo he got from
Oh,
the Goodwill.
yeah, oh, yeah. That tux, look, and it fit perfect too.
Yeah,
The tux, man. Look, man, I was blessed by Allah to grab that. I think I spent $12 on
See,
that tux. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Name brand tux too. Fit me too. I didn't have to get it tailored. All I had to get it dry
yeah,
clean. Yeah,
definitely.
still got my tux.
Yeah, looking smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yeah.
You know.
So next time y'all see the intro, y'all see me with that tux on, you gonna say Goodwill.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that
But
was fun.
anybody,
That was
before we
glad.
move, before we move on to the next one, anybody got any last words having to do with this topic?
Let's move on.
All
We're making
right,
good
moving
timing.
on.
Perfect timing.
All right, moving on. Now this one, brother Rail said, "Oh, I'm about to I'm about to shake the table." On this one, shake the table,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta shake the table
But
on this one.
no, like we said before, sisters, our channel is not here to bash, but we sure not gonna be simping either. We're gonna give it to you straight. The only way we know how to give it to you, straight six
No
o'clock,
chaser.
right? No chaser. Now the question is, should sisters be more mindful of their speech? Now the reason I bring this up,
Ooh, whoa.
okay. Now the reason I bring this up, y'all may have heard about it last week or this week that went by. Cam and Mace was talking about a situation they had when they was the man in the 90s, and Melissa
Right.
Ford,
Yep,
who is was a supermodel, one of the sexiest little things moving in the 90s.
yep.
They had a situation, so I'm gonna let y'all hear it and we're gonna talk about it. Here we go.
To you, but quick breakdown. Cam and Mace told a story from 1992 about going to a house and taking the girl back with them to their home and running a gangbang on them. And Melissa Ford said this.
I don't think that's right what you're doing. I don't think that's right. Like, them niggas clearly went to a horse and took somebody up out of there.
Says them.
But that's who told
I
the
get
story.
that. I get that.
So of course it says them. Who else
Is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that whorehouse?
Come on now. That's crazy. I don't know what you're doing. That's crazy. What are you doing?
Forget Melissa Ford. Let me let you hear what Mace thought about it.
Y'all shouldn't have said that. That's some serious allegations. Well, I say that in the beginning. You're not even from here. I could have went straight to iced tea for in the bathroom for $2,000 when you was fucking waitress, and I didn't even go there. You used to in the bathroom, the Kit Kat Club, one of them old ass club. Stop. You're a video vixen.
let me let's see. Where? Oh, and there we are. Bam. So that's the reason why I bring up, sisters, you got to be mindful of your speech, like how you throw things out into the atmosphere. Words are powerful. People don't understand. I hear from brothers. I'm Muslim, but I do hear, from the nation and 5%ers and people who believe in science and things of that nature say words. They call it spells. They call it spelling for a reason. Words, and you throwing that out there talking about Mace and Cam. There may have been some underage girls. Sisters, you got to stop this. You got to stop saying things that's not
Yeah,
even on the
yeah,
table,
yeah, yeah.
because you wouldn't like it. Like he threw out that, I don't know if y'all paid attention. He threw it out there that he said that she used to be tricking in the bathroom doing things strange for a piece of change.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's right.
So that's
You wasn't
what I.
working, she was working.
Yep, go ahead. So that y'all two speak your mind, and I'll come in again. Let's go.
I'm gonna say this. Did she say that for us to talk about her? Well, was she sincerely saying that? Because in today's, podcasts, shows, they want to say something hot just to get the views up. Ooh, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? You know what I mean? So I don't know what to believe with that, but I do agree that you just can't go out here besmirching names. Can't be out here throwing smut on people's names. But today's environment is go girl, go. You go girl, and that's what they do to us. Ran us through the
Yeah,
mud.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Hey,
And
Rel.
yo,
I say before you
so
say something, I just want my Muslim brother to say, what did you think about what Ford said?
This is number one bullshit.
Go ahead, Rel.
yeah, unfortunately, man, these sisters don't see that when they throw a rattlesnake in the game, they thought, to they malign it. There's serious allegations that really tarnish just not that individual black man, but the black man as an entirety. Now, granted, black men, we say things like hoe, bitch, whatever, all that, but when if we engage in something, I can walk out still with my image. That black woman engaged in the same thing, she gonna walk out being called everything. I'm sorry, it's just like that. She's just gonna be, and so when she knows that her actions give her that name and that title of hoe, that's gonna be difficult to come off. And I can have the same amount of sexual relationships as you and not be called that. So now they bitter. So to retaliate of their image now that they get labeled, and I've done the same thing and I didn't get labeled. So now they want to just shoot off at the mouth and make these accusations, and it's terrible to it's terrible to say something like that, especially when you forget what you have done and then somebody else have to say, yo, but I firmly believe that sisters need to not just watch their mouth before they watch their mouth, watch your actions. Because the sisters who's always talking like that is the ones who never monitor their actions. Now they shamed, and so they're popping off at the mouth with their little bonnet on and all of that, whatever. But the sisters who have always monitored their behavior and been disciplined because they're physically disciplined, they're verbally disciplined. They don't have to attack because they monitor their behavior. And so you can see the distinct sisters that don't pop off like that don't have a lot of skeletons or a bad image that you have to, try to throw a rock and hide your. So
to
it's tough,
piggyback,
man. See at the
to
end.
piggyback on that, you're right. Because when you
Not
got
not the
something hot,
piggyback, bro. You can't piggyback.
oh, sheep,
Sheep
sheep
back.
back, lamb back, cow back,
Deer
fish
back.
back, crab back, shrimp back on that.
Woo.
When your hands are clean and you, like you said, you have discipline with your mouth, you discipline with your body, discipline with your thoughts. You don't got to do things like that, but you can say what you want to say in a more, a better way than that. But like, you came out your mouth with that. Cam came out his mouth with that. You see what I'm saying? Now, had you not been in the bathroom doing something strange with some change, or you would have had a background a little squeaky clean, what could have Cam said to you?
Right,
He could have
Exactly.
made
right.
accusations about you, but he can't
Yeah.
give facts about you.
Yeah.
But
And I just
black
want
women got, I won't say black women, let me not say that because that probably be mean, but our sisters have that mouse, man, and they know how to push those buttons. And they say, even if it's not a button to push, they attack your standards. And with that mouth just pop off, pop off, pop off, pop off, and they won't be satisfied until the brother decides he's gonna leave and walk out, uh, and then we'll be called all types of bees as a man because we couldn't handle them. And so now the next topic would be, what you mean handle you?
Mhm.
How do you tell me what you mean by handle you? So there's going to go to that. So that's how he handled her. But if she keep popping off, what's the next way of handling? Because I ain't trying to abuse you physically. But now the verbal abuse is there, and my mama always say it's like toothpaste. Once it go out, it ain't going back in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And words
Definitely.
hurt, brother. It'll
Yeah.
leave you scarred for life. And if you
Right.
can't handle the words, because it will, because that's what God used to create the heavens and the earth. He said, "Let there be." So
Yeah.
if words are that powerful, words can destroy you. So be careful what you say, sister. Be careful what you say, brother, because I don't see nobody winning, because a sister can say something to a man that will break him for years to come, and the brother can say something to a sister that will break her for years to come. That verbal abuse is sometimes worse than physical abuse, because you heal with the physical, but
Amen.
with that verbal, you never heal with that, man. When people
Amen.
say stuff, so we get quiet as men.
No
We ain't
topic
gonna
today.
share ourselves to you because you're gonna throw that back in my face.
Yeah.
And
Well,
same thing with brothers. So, but I know I went too far, but we just got to be
You,
careful with this thing.
now you was right and exact on that,
yeah, I agree.
and
I agree.
I was gonna just to add on to what you were saying is that I've learned this a long time ago. Think about what you're gonna say before you say it, and when you think about it, is it gonna benefit you for it coming out your mouth? If it ain't gonna benefit you, it's no need to say it. Now,
Yeah.
Mo said earlier that she probably thought it was benefiting because now her name is out there. But do you want your name out there on some nonsense, or do you want your name out there for positivity? You
The
know?
smart ones don't. The smart ones don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because action is reaction.
Yeah.
Her action, his action created reaction. Now she can't let it go because she got to come back with him, and then he got to come back, got to keep coming back with each other, you know? And then they'll
Yeah.
let that
Yeah.
thing ride for
Yeah.
about a week, get their views up. I don't know. I'm looking at it from the gimmick side of it on her behalf.
Yeah.
I say, because how do you know it was underage, overage? Hell, it could have been some boys in there. Some could have been all men, not all women. You know what I mean? I mean, we don't know. We
Yeah.
weren't
Well,
there.
it's a dirty tactic, because that's the same tactic that America used, or other countries used before they attack a country.
Yeah.
They slander them, they dirty them, they say things whenever, and the same thing with us, with the Black Panther Party or any of us. Before America or any government agency decides to attack us, they gotta get the public opinion against us. Even when the cops arrest somebody and they know they beat the hell out of them, and it's about to be a lawsuit, the first thing they do is start digging through their trash. And now you got to smudge this brother so that the general consensus is that this brother deserved it. It's a hell of a game. It's a hell of a
Can you get
dirty
that fact
game.
button, please? Can you get that
Yeah,
fact button, please?
it's a hell of a dirty game, man. And
That's a
so
fact. That's a fact. That's a
yeah,
fact.
thank you, brother. But it's a hell of a dirty game, man. But you get what you put out there, man. What goes around comes around.
Yeah,
Do unto
definitely.
others as you want done unto you, because when it comes back on your table, yeah,
Yeah.
then you got something to pay for.
So like we always say with our shows, we are here to uplift and not destroy or take down. And if we are destroying, we're destroying the negativity. Like it says at the beginning of the show. We want to destroy the negativity. We want to build the positivity. And hopefully the sister, she'll stop with the allegations. And then brother Cam, he's closer to 40, or he should be 40, so that wisdom should start popping in his mind, and he'll make better decisions about certain things, and don't be as crazy as he was when he was younger. And everything they're talking about for us is all what's that word, alleged.
Yeah.
you know
Alleged, right?
so that
Alleged.
it is all alleged, people.
We can't
We were
confirm
not
or deny. It's all
exactly,
alleged.
because we were not there. We were not in the room with Cam or Mace, and we were not in the bathroom with, with
Yeah,
Melissa
yeah,
Ford.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But
she
like we
was
always,
her day. She was to catch me out her day.
oh yeah, she was hot. She was hot. She was a hot tamale, yo.
She was
Woo!
on every
Yeah.
magazine, and there was a bunch of magazines in the '90s.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
King was on
Yeah.
King and all that kind.
Oh
We
yeah,
was we
yeah, yeah.
the '90s brothers. We had some pictures to look at back in the '90s.
Yes,
Ooh,
sir. We did.
ooh.
Yes, sir.
That I guess that's why we was out there like that.
Yeah,
we try to
yeah,
catch our old we try to get our old Melissa Ford out there at the parties and at the clubs.
There was a lot of them out
yeah.
there.
Yeah. But yo, before we get out of here, I noticed something, brother Rel. That hoodie you got on there, looking kind of fly.
Well,
Who
thank you,
made that
bro.
hoodie?
Thank you. This is my son's hoodie jet. It's his boot with a little fire on there. Everybody thinks it's a roller skate, but it's his actual boot on his shoe. You
All
know, he
right,
got
that's
this
what's
thing
up.
called he got this thing called dripability, not disability. So if y'all check out Jet on his webpage, you see
What thing you found?
he got a lot
What
of
thing you
followers.
found?
Well,
Huh?
hopefully, maybe I was gonna say, hopefully next episode, maybe we can get a link or something in there. Maybe he could be one of our first
Sponsors.
Yeah, we need to.
unofficial
Sponsor.
sponsors.
Yeah, that's what he need to do. I'm wearing his little old raggedy old sweatshirt. I need to
Promo right now.
No. We don't want to besmirch our young brother's business. That is the best
Yeah,
of cotton quality. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Made
it's quality too.
Made from Egyptian cotton.
Yeah, straight from China. I don't know how you got Egyptian cotton in China.
They went through the silk. They went through the silk. The Silk Road. You know, remember back in the day.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's
But
all
yo,
good. But yeah, check him out. Tune him. Check him out. He got a lot of followers on TikTok. You know, so
so
what's
we come
good?
to the end of the show like we always do. And like I always say, thank you for watching us all the way to the end. If you got here, remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe, help us grow, be a part of the resistance against all that nonsense that's out here. Because it may not be a physical war, it's definitely a mental war out here. And we want everybody to strap up with knowledge and get themselves together. Y'all brothers got anything to say before we get out of here?
Thanks for a great show, brothers.
Yes, sir. I hope they enjoyed that cigar during this conversation. You know what? Next time I'm gonna go to the cigar bar when we're doing this. I'm gonna get my cigar and we're gonna talk since I'm gonna put myself in live. So, brothers, sisters, enjoy the evening. I hope you learned something. If not, take it up with our host, Brother Abdullah.
All right, till next time. Peace.
All right, till next time.
Whoa.